If you are given a hammer, a battery, a bulb, wires, water, and a switch, can you find out whether this substance is an ionic compound or not? Let us find out how, shall we? Group 18 elements are called noble elements. Let us take the example of neon. Neon has 10 electrons and 10 protons. The K shell contains 2 electrons, and L shell has 8 electrons. This electronic configuration of the neon atom is very stable. All elements try to achieve the stable electronic configuration of the nearest noble element. Let us take the example of sodium. The sodium atom has 11 protons and 11 electrons. There are 2 electrons in K shell. There are 8 electrons in the L shell. The last electron is in the M shell. This is an unstable electronic configuration. The sodium atom gives up its outermost electron. Now it has 10 electrons, but the number of protons is still 11. Sodium becomes a positively charged ion, called cation. The sodium cation has a stable electron configuration. Now, let us consider a nonmetal, chlorine. An atom of chlorine has 17 electrons and 17 protons. The chlorine atom has 7 electrons in the M shell. This is a very unstable electron configuration. Chlorine can achieve a stable 2, 8, 8 configuration by gaining 1 electron and forming an anion. The two oppositely charged ions attract each other with strong electrostatic forces to form an ionic compound, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride exists as aggregates of oppositely charged ions. How do you think magnesium will react with chlorine? Magnesium has 12 electrons and 12 protons. Is this an unstable electron configuration? Magnesium gives away 2 electrons from its outer shell to achieve an octet. A chlorine atom needs 1 electron for stability. Hence, 1 magnesium atom combines with 2 chlorine atoms to form magnesium chloride, an ionic compound. Ionic compounds are solid at room temperature. Let us see what happens if we whack a crystal of sodium chloride with a hammer. The crystal shatters. Why? Let us try to investigate some other properties of ionic compounds, taking the example of sodium chloride. Ionic compounds have very high melting points and boiling points. Melting point of sodium chloride is 1024 Kelvin. Electrovalent compounds are generally insoluble in kerosene and petrol. They are soluble in ionic solvents, such as water. Solutions of ionic compounds conduct electricity. Ionic compounds also conduct electricity in the molten state. Does solid sodium chloride conduct electricity? Ionic salts impart a characteristic color to the flame. Sodium chloride burns with a bright yellow-orange flame, and copper chloride with a bright green flame. Therefore, the flame test is used to identify the elements in an ionic compound.